Hello and welcome to my garden and the dinosaurs who live there. Well, today I am going to talk about a project that I'm starting. It wasn't one that I had planned to do at this point, but it's going to be a necessary one, I think. So just to fill you in the background, you'll probably be aware that one of my chickens, Beryl, is almost completely blind. And she is still in with the flock, so there's 6 of them in total. And she's still actually 3rd highest in the pecking order. But she has increasingly found it challenging living within the flock because of the 2 hens above her in the pecking order. So head honcho hen is Edith, and then there's Matilda, and the pair of them, they're not bullying her as far as I can, not incessantly anyway, but they will give her a peck on the way by. And because Beryl is blind, she doesn't know where the pecks are coming from. She doesn't, she can be wandering through the run in 1 minute, and the next she's got a peck and she's like, ah, and runs and gets really quite anxious about it all. And then there's a couple of places in the run that she'll run to and sort of barge through any other chickens in her way and get to that and then just sit. So it's been getting increasingly more prevalent, and I don't want her to be anxious. I don't want her to be living thinking, where's the next coming from? Where's the next peck coming from? So after much deliberation and asking of questions around, I've decided that I am going to build a new run and coop for Beryl, but I don't want to keep her on her own, obviously. So I'm going to take Hamble, who's the Barnet elder, and she's one below Beryl in the pecking order, and they seem to get on fine. So I'm going to move those 2 into the new run. I'll let them free range together, so I'll let all the 6 chickens out together, so they'll still interact, and the runs will be quite, well, very close to one another. But just when she's in the run and she's in her coop, I want Beryl to be comfortable, and she's not going to get pecked by Hamble. Hamble's quite timid, and Hamble actually, as I say, is below Beryl in the pecking order. So the project is then to build a new chicken run and coop. And I've never built a chicken run before, or a coop, and yeah, so it's going to be interesting. But what I thought I would do is explain to you what the plan is and take you along in the journey. So this will cover more than one video because it's probably going to take me a little while to get this completed, but I'm going to start it today. So I thought I'd do the first video, do the introduction and tell you about the plan, so that you get an idea of where I'm coming from. And if through this process anyone has got any suggestions, please put these suggestions in the comments of the videos, because I'm not a joiner, I'm not trained at all in joinery. I'm just basing what I'm doing on common sense and what I've done previously, and I'll show you the couple of projects that I have done and completed, I think, quite successfully. Anyway, enough of me talking. Let me tell you a bit about what I am going to do. So this is the first joinery project really that I have undertaken, and it is a quail run. Now originally this quail run was attached to a rabbit hutch, sort of at right angles, to form quite a large, or a largish quail run. And subsequently I've built a new quail run, which I'll show you. That's my other joinery project. And this I have taken off the hutch, given the hutch away, and this is now a little run for my spare boy quail, that is. So it's slightly higgledy-piggledy in that the doors aren't fitting exactly perfectly, but it is, it's robust, it's nice and sturdy, it is safe. So I've used the best wire that I could, the best weld mesh, 16 gauge weld mesh. I've made sure that there's no gaps that any like rodents or whatever can get in through, and it's watertight in that I've got this polycarbonate on top, and to help with the driving rain I've got the plastic tarpaulin that I gradually put on through the autumn and winter. It's not on the other parts yet. So yep, this absolutely did the job, and it continues to do the job. It's maybe not the prettiest, but it is doing what it has to do. Now this is my most recent project, and I'm very, very happy with this. So this is the new Quail Run, and I built it from scratch, designed it from scratch, and it is 2.6 metres long. It's about a metre deep, and height wise I think I showed on one of my more recent videos, it's about 5'5" tall or thereabouts, same height as me. It is raised off the ground on these sort of wooden tables again that I made myself, so that it's easy for me to access, to clean, and also to interact with these fantastic little creatures, my little quail. So this was only completed a few weeks ago, and I thought, you know, I'd sort of put my tools away for a while, and I thought it was the last project I was going to do for a while, given that I'm in the great big tidy up to get the garden ready for viewers in the new year, because we're putting the house on the market. But no, I really think we need to get this other run built, so I'll have to do that project now. But anyway, yeah, so this is the Quail Run. Really impressed with it, if I say so myself. It is very, very sturdy, very safe, protects them all from predators and from the weather. And yeah, I'm so happy that I built this. It took ages though. So now let me show you what my plans are for the chicken run. So here I am back round at the little Quail Run that's got the spare boys in, and this is sitting at the side of the potting shed. And actually what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this area here for the new chicken run. So I'm going to have to move the Quail Run, and I'm going to move that to here in front of this shed. So there should be enough space, well, there is enough space here. So we'll move this Quail Run, and that's going to give me an area in front of the shed to put the run in. So let me just mark it out with some sticks to give you an idea of what the area is going to look like. Okay, I've put some bamboo canes down. So the run is going to come out beyond the edge of the potting shed, and it's going to come out to where this little hedge is, and it's going to run the length of the hedge, and that is about 1.5 meters. It'll come out 1.5 meters, which might be slightly shorter than that distance, but I need that because of the roofing situation, which we'll talk about. So about 1.5 meters deep. Then it's going to be straight, following the, let's see if I can get this better, following that bamboo cane. It's going to be straight out, but then it's going to have to angle slightly in that way to meet up with the where you see this other bamboo cane coming from the side of the potting shed. And the reason we're having not quite a rectangle, and we have to have this in a bit, is just because of the space here that we need to walk through between the big shed and what will be the new run to get through here. Maybe you'll see it a bit better from here. So I think the length is going to be about 2.4 metres long and about 1.5 metres deep. Which for two girls, when they're not spending all of the time in it, because they do get out regularly into the garden, I think that's going to be fine. And the good thing is, because we have the potting shed here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a hole in the potting shed and put an automatic chicken door on, and I'm actually going to build their sleeping quarters inside the shed. So I'm not using any of the run space for the chicken coop. They're going to go in, and I'm going to build the coop inside of the shed, and that gives them more area as well, depending on how large I make it inside. So don't get me wrong, if I could build a run, you know, metres upon metres long and metres upon metres wide, I would do, but just the situation where I am in the garden here, I can only use the area that I have, and given that we're going to be moving in the spring to somewhere with much more space, hopefully, this is going to absolutely do fine in the interim. And what that also does is it means that the run over here is only going to have 4 chickens in it. So there's going to be more surface, you know, more area per chicken in the big run than there is at the moment. So we're just splitting the load, if you like, between 2 runs. Now, as for the height of the run, I'm going to make it probably about the same height as the little run, Quail Run here is. And this is about 4, let's see if I just, sorry about moving you around. So here I am standing in front of it. So it's probably about 4 feet tall, and that's absolutely ample because Beryl and Hamble, neither of them really perch much. Hamble has a sore leg, and so she doesn't jump up and down in perches so much, and because Beryl's blind, she can only get up on short perches, so we don't need loads of height, but I still want height so that I can get in. Okay, I'm not going to be able to stand up in it, but I can get in and clean out the run as I want to be able to do. So sorry, I'm talking and just pointing at some bare earth here, but you'll get the idea. So yeah, so we're going to have, if I just come into shot, so we're going to have about 2.4 long, about 1.4, 1.5 deep, about 4 feet high. We're going to have the pop hole into the shed that I'm going to build their sort of sleeping arrangements in. And neither of them lay, by the way, so I don't actually need a nest box in there either because both of them are on hormone implants. So I suppose this is our little disabled chicken run. On top, I've ordered 10 millimetre polycarbonate. This I think is only about 4 millimetre, and on the big run I've got 6 millimetre. But for this one, the big Quail Run, I've got 6 millimetres. For the chicken run, we're going to have 10 millimetre polycarbonate, and the actual sizes that they came in, the size that I've got that most fits the area that I have is 2.5 by 1.5. So that's why I'll probably be 2.4 by maybe 1.4, just to give me a tiny bit of wiggle room and overhang. So that should arrive next week. But I've got plenty to do before then. I figure I'll need this weekend and next weekend at the very least to get this project done. I work, of course, during the week, so and it's starting to get dark quite early, so I don't think I'll get that much done during the week. And to add to the problems, we're in a spell of really wet weather. It's been quite nice this morning, but it's going to start raining and it's going to be showery tomorrow, and I think for the rest of the week. So I'm going to have to work in and out, avoiding the wet weather. So yeah, it's exciting, terrifying, and I really want to make a good job, but I want to do it as sort of quickly as I can do to hopefully get Beryl and Hamble settled here and everything back to sort of normality. As for the floor, I've just remembered I haven't told you about that. At the moment we've got lots of there's lots of wood chip down, and it's a very clay soil. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put down paving slabs. I went and got some this morning. I'll probably need to go back and get more. I'm going to put paving slabs down, and that's going to be the basis of the base of the run. And I actually use a sort of chicken bedding, a wood chip chicken bedding, which will go on top of the paving slabs. So it'll be nice and comfy and cosy for the girls. And in fact, this extension to the original run, you can see there's actually paving slabs there, and that's what the base of this is. But you can see there's lots of lovely wood chip on top of it, so the chickens never actually get down to the base. Now the reason I want to put a base like that down is because it will prevent our little furry friends, i.e. Foxes, rats, mice, from burrowing and under and getting into the run. And because if they burrow down, they're going to come up and it's going to be concrete slabs. Okay, I think that's all I've got to tell you about it at the moment. But what I'm going to do now is grab assistance from him indoors, and we're going to move this Quail Run so that I can get started with the prep work to get some of the paving slabs down. So I'll take you along and show you how we're getting on with this. And yeah, as I say, please, if you've got any comments, suggestions, recommendations, or you know, if you want to scream and say, no, don't do that, it's never going to work, let me know. So that I can make as good a job of this as absolutely possible. Okay, stage 1 complete. The boy quailies have now been relocated to in front of the big shed. We just literally carried it from one spot to the other. Sorry I didn't video it, but I thought it might be a comedy of errors, so I didn't bother. But they're there. They didn't even jump about or anything. They were quite happy, but it was only a short distance from here. Just a few feet to here. Right, step 1 in the groundwork. Well, actually, step 1 in the groundwork's happened. I don't know whether you realised, but there was actually 3 plants in that bed, which I removed during the week. But step 2 is to remove this edging, which was edging the bed. It's not concreted in or anything. The good thing about having clay soil is that you don't really need to use concrete or sand or cement or whatever, because the clay soil is just a bit like glue, and when you get things seated in it, it tends to settle. I mean, I wouldn't, for example, with the slabs, I'm not going to use anything. I'm just going to sit them on the soil slash the wood chip here, because I don't, you know, I'm not. It's not really going to be very weight bearing. Okay, the edges of the run are going to sit on it, but that's not the only thing that's going to support the run. And then it's only just going to be chickens, so I don't, you know, if they move slightly, that's fine, but once they're down, they'll be fine, I'm sure. Anyway, this has got to come out, though. This might be a bit of a pain to remove, but we'll see. lemon squeezy. Oh, just remembered that there is wood under it. Right, that's the first row down. So 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, no 6 along. And the bit of wood that you see there is the length I need it. So that's 2.4 metres. And so that's going to be the length of the run. So the 6 slabs just meet that perfectly. The one at the end here is a little bit further in that way than the others because there's actually it's abutting onto the patio there, so I couldn't actually get it in line, but I wanted those other ones sort of really up flush against the base of the shed. So yeah, so I'll now go down this way so that I get 1.4 metres that way, and by then I may well have run out of paving slabs. Right. Done. There. Right. Hiya, Colin. Right. Hiya. Hi, Daddy. Sorry, Biggin. Oh, right. So what I've done so far is I put slabs down. They're not concreted down, they're not in sand, they're just sitting in dirt, but they'll be fine. Because it's clay and it just clings. I've then got a 2.4 metre length of treated rough sawn timber along the bottom. Actually, there's another little thinner piece of timber underneath just to raise it up to the level of the shed. Then I've got two 1.2 metre lengths either side there. And what I'm going to do now is put another 2.4 length sitting on top of those two there. And that's giving me the basis of the back part of the structure. Right, it is 6 o'clock, 6 o'clock at night, and I've been at this all day. And you can see where I've got to. Hopefully the light isn't too bad. So, paving slabs down, wee bit higgledy-piggledy, but I'll fix the ones that need fixed. And then the structure of the run is now in place. Jeepers, I don't think I thought I'd get this far. I got a bit of dry weather, fortunately, in between showers. So, yeah, this is what we have. Let me go over and you can see the dimensions. Oh, I'm sore. Right. So, here is me. If I go inside. So, still a wee bit wobbly, but once we get more braces in and get the wire on and such like, it will be nice and sturdy, I hope. So it is about, it's actually more than 4 foot tall, it's probably nearer 5 foot tall, thinking about it. And yeah, about the full length along the back is 2.4 meters, and here is 1.3 meters, which is weird. I've given you the height in feet because I don't know what that is in meters. Anyway, so yeah, I'm tired. Hopefully I'll get some good weather to carry on tomorrow, but I'm really pleased with what I've got. I think I'm going to put the door here, so I'll put another couple of battens of these things down here, and then there'll be wire, the weld mesh at either side, and then the door will fit in the middle part of it. I don't know whether I'll put it to one side or the other, but no, probably in the middle to keep the aesthetics. So that tomorrow I'll put these 2 battens down here. I will put battens across the top here, so probably another one here, and another one because that's at an angle. Oh, I don't know, I'm going to sleep on it, but I'll need to put some more battens on the roof to help support the polycarbonate. So yeah, I'm really pleased with how far I've got, and I've made a disaster. You know, the rest of the garden around here is a total disaster, pulling things out and muck everywhere. But yeah, I'm really pleased. So I'll call a halt to this video. I'll pop it up once I get the chance, and then tomorrow I'll start a new video for day 2 of the project. Anyway, for now, I'll say goodbye. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Please give me a thumbs up. If you've got any tips and hints as to what I should be doing, and don't say take it all down and start again, because I'm not good at starting things again, so I won't do that. But if you get any other suggestions or just some moral support, that would be fantastic. Just pop it in the comments, and I'll talk to you again very, very soon. Bye bye for now.